What we're talking about today is things to do to stop you panicking when this track on this deck ends and you haven't got anything ready on this deck. Things to do to stop that happening. And there's 3 things I'm going to share with you here. So if you're new to this, what we do here on Tuesday Tips Live is I just share from Digital DJ Tips HQ some stuff which is kind of evergreen. It's the kind of hints and tips that really help you to be a better DJ. And a lot of people don't talk about these kind of things. There's stuff that helps you to be a DJ as much as helps you to, to work out how to DJ. These are the little tricks that are just always going on in the background when people are DJing, and that it takes a little bit of time to learn. So we're hoping you shortcut that. And by the way, the book contains all these tips and lots more. So if you are interested in learning this stuff rapidly, go get Rock the Dance Floor from Amazon. It's cool. Right, okay, 3 things to help you not panic at the end of this track and you've got nothing lined up over here. We don't want that to happen ever in your DJ gigs. So number 1, I'm going to use this to illustrate number 1. This is a music library that is very, very, very big. In fact, it's not even that big. It's like 750 tracks that we're looking at here. So on this music library here, there is far, far too much for you to scroll through and be able to do anything special with in a gig. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be looking through your library thinking, what am I going to play next? What am I going to play next? And you're going to be like a rabbit in headlights. You're going to have what is slightly unfairly, because other software is available, you're going to have Serato face. You're going to be like this. I don't know what to do. And, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, however many tracks you've got, it's too many to be looking through when this one's about to end and you don't know what you're going to play next over here. It's bad. It's not right. So the way to deal with that is really simple, but so many DJs don't do it. And it comes from the vinyl days. Back in the vinyl days, what used to happen was that you would have to pack a crate of records, and a crate held 80 records if you were lucky. So you'd know all the tracks on the B-sides as well, just in case you ran out of music. So that meant that when you got to the gig, you'd spent so much time getting those records packed that you were very sure that you had something to cover all occasions. You were like, wow, what if they don't dance? Yeah, I better take some vocal music. So you put 1 or 2 vocal tracks in. Well, what if they ask for that? Because they've asked for that every week for the last 4 weeks. So you bring it just in case. And then you look through your tunes again and you've got 100, so you've got to take 20 out. And it takes a long time. But by the time you get to your gig with your 80 tunes, you've thought about pretty much every eventuality. So if you can do that in digital DJing is great, you've got all your tunes with you, as I just showed you. But that's no good. It's good that you've got them, because you never know that you might want to play something that you hadn't planned to play. But it's a really good idea with digital DJing to have a set list or a crate that you pack just for tonight. And there's 2 big rules for this one. 1, make it twice as big as the length of time that you've got to play. So if you're playing for 2 hours and you're going to play 20 tunes an hour, that means you're going to play 40 tunes. So pack 80 tunes. No more, no less. That's the sweet spot. Double the number. And the second rule is, when you've packed all the tunes that you know you really want to play, which is half of them, don't rush the other half. Don't think, oh, it doesn't matter about the other half, I'm just going to pile them all in. You think just as hard about the second half as the first half, because then you've effectively got 2 whole DJ sets there. And you've got enough tunes there for you to go off in different directions, but you haven't got so many that you're going to get stuck. So what happens then is, you're playing on this deck here. Let's get our decks on. You're playing over here on this deck, everything's fine, you're DJing away, and you are scrolling through your music, and instead of looking through all these tunes here, you're only looking through a much smaller section of tunes, and so it's much easier to find what you want to play. So when it comes to getting a track over onto this deck here, it takes you far less time to do it, because you have only had to look through like 80 tunes instead of 500, 1,000, 2,000. So that's the first tip. Pack for the night. Don't take all your tunes and just start playing out of your main collection. Okay, so I'm going to try my hardest now to get onto the comments going on here in this chat, because I'm not the best at this. Wait, I've got you all here. So let me just give you a few hellos before we move on to tip number 2. I'd like to say hello to Chris. A lot of you, as usual, saying, Phil, you are live, it's all right. It's like a 15-second delay on here. It throws me off. Wilfredo says hello. I'd like to say hi to you. Patrick is saying, I'm new here. So lots of love going out to you, Patrick. By the way, people, tell us where you are. I'll give you a shout out for your town or your city or your country as well. Sasha says, nice. Alex says, hello guys as well. Lots of you coming up with your ideas as well here for how to kind of get out of this situation. And there's actually some really good ones. So Richard, Mark, Johnny, I'll be talking about exactly what you've written here in a little while at the end when we open up with some more Q&As. So, all right then, are we ready to move on to number 2? Give me some hearts and thumbs up and all those nice things if you want to move on to number 2. Well, that's enough for me. Let's do it then. Okay, so we've packed just the right number of tunes for the night. Not too many, not too few. And we are therefore looking through our tunes, and there's only 80 or 100 tunes for us to look through. So we're looking through and we say, yeah, that'll do. That's quite a good choice. But we're not sure. That's fine. DJing is all about picking the right tune to play next. And the best thing about DJing for me is, anyways, get one tune on, sit there and watch the crowd, and then, it might take you 2 or 3 minutes to work out the perfect next tune to play. Trouble is, if you leave it 2 or 3 minutes, you've got a minute left on the tune that's playing, you're in panic mode. So here's tip number 2, and this has served me, and I've seen it serve DJs well for many, many years. And it's really simple. Once you have mixed in your current tune, head straight back to your collection, to your 80, to your great shortlist, and pull out one tune, the first one you see that you think, yeah, that'll be pretty good, load it onto your deck. So now you've got a track loaded onto deck 2. Get your first cue point ready. That is now ready to play. At the very least, the first tune will end, second tune comes on. So now there's not going to be any radio silence because you've just put a tune on the decks within 30 seconds of this one starting. Now you can go back to your collection and you can spend as long as you want in your collection scrolling through here, looking, oh, that one looks nice, maybe, maybe not. You could use the preview function on your software to listen to it in your headphones without loading it onto your decks, which Rekordbox has. Some DJ has, some software has that, whatever. But the point is, you can now spend as long as you want. You can look until the last 5 seconds because it doesn't matter, because should this tune end, you just whack the crossfader over, hit play on that one, and you're into another track. It might not be the best mix in the world, but hey, you're into another track. So always put the first tune that you think of onto deck number 2 when you've just mixed the tune on deck number 1. And another thing about instinct, if you overthink what to play next, it might not be the right tune anyway. You might think, oh, you know what, the one I chose first was the right tune anyway. So you might as well stick it on the decks when it first occurs to you. So that is secret number 2. So, okay, if you are just joining us, then I'm Phil Morse from Digital DJ Tips. This is our Tuesday Tips Live, and we're talking about how to stop that panic when deck 1 is ending and you've got nothing waiting for you on deck 2. So if you think that's going to be useful to your mates, please hit share. That helps us to get this far and wide. And there's also a button below me where you can be notified next time we go live. So you're not late, you get here on time. What could be better? So click those 2 buttons when you get a second. We'd really appreciate that. Okie dokie, so what's going on down here? A few of you saying, welcome Phil. Someone's saying, I'm old. Lauren says hello. Richard says, yeah, when you use the volume controls to chop it up and hope you get a tune with a big break to start out of your bag first. A tune with a big breakdown to start out of your bag first when you're panicking. Richard, that is a really good way of moving into the next thing I want to say. Because the next thing I want to say is this. If you have now got to the stage where you're doing what I've just said, you are loading up a track, getting it on that deck there, and you are therefore not running out of time. And you're doing that every time, so everything's all right. Something could still go wrong. And what could still go wrong is very simple. What could still go wrong is that you suddenly just have one of those panics that you think, actually, no, even though that was the first tune I wanted to play, it's wrong. I can't play it. I've played it before. The DJ earlier played it. I forgot. It's inappropriate. It's got swearing in it, and some kids have just walked in, or mum's just walked in, or whatever. The point is, sometimes, even though you've loaded the track up over here, or this track here is not going down very well, and you think, that one, when I thought that one was going to do well with my crowd, that was a good choice, but now I'm not so sure. So, what I've just described, keeping your tunes in order before you turn up, and then always loading the first tune that looks half decent onto the other deck, will get you out of most situations. Sometimes it's not good enough. So the third big tip is, on modern DJ gear, let's get a close up on this piece of DJ gear here. Modern DJ gear has always got 4 decks. This one has actually got 4 faders, but even if you've only got 2 faders here, the chances are you've got deck selectors. So you've got decks 1 and 2 and also 3 and 4 going on here. And this is your savior, because what you can do there is, we don't use decks 3 and 4. I mean, tell me if you regularly use deck 3 or 4, and I will read out and give you a big thumbs up. But most people don't tend to use their extra decks. I was chatting to someone from a big DJ company who said, we cannot sell 2 deck controllers, but our research shows us 90% of people never use decks 3 and 4. They just want to have them in case. Well, here's a great way of using them in case. So what you do is, at the beginning of the night, you load up 2 surefire, get out of jail, brilliant tracks onto decks 3 and 4. These are tracks that start off without a beat. So they start off with a huge intro that is beatless. So you can mix it into anything. And you have probably a laid back one and a really full on one to cover all eventualities, all energy levels in your night. And these tracks you know are going to fill the dance floor because you've seen it happen a lot of times before. And so they're your kind of fallback tracks. So if everything goes wrong, if this track here everyone hates, you haven't even found another track to put on this deck yet, or you realise this track's inappropriate, or whatever, if all that stuff goes wrong, all you have to do is hit your deck select button, hit play, and a huge tune will come on. And you've got a choice of 2. It's a great tip, and it really uses digital gear in a way that you couldn't do when you used to have 2 record decks. By the way, another way of doing that, if you have got a 2-deck controller that doesn't have those extra decks on it, is just to have a little playlist and call it Get Out of Jail, or call it, floor fillers, or whatever you want to call it something humorous. But that will be where you keep 2 or 3 tracks that you just know are going to work in all eventualities and help you out when stuff goes wrong. So there you go, there's our 3 tips. Have a really, really tight set before you turn up. Always put the first track on that looks half decent when you're looking through your collection after you've mixed something in, and then go looking for something better, so you've always got something lined up. And keep a little playlist or decks 3 and 4 full of tracks which are floor fillers that don't have a beat at the beginning, so you don't have to do clever beat mix or anything. You can just literally spin that one back and throw it in, and then there is absolutely no excuse for ever having silence. And when you take that panic out of your DJing, you're going to have much more fun as well. No one wants to be panicked behind the decks, right? So, okay, let's, questions now. If you've got any questions, if you want to share how you do this, now is the time. I'm monitoring what everyone's saying down here. Patrick says, hello from Quebec in Canada. We really want to visit Canada, Patrick. Maybe we'll come and see you when we get over there. So hello to Lakito as well. And if you do want to ask anything, now is the time. And we've got some great ideas coming in for ways of doing this as well, which we haven't touched on yet. So I'll read you a couple of those out now. So Richard says, yeah, when you use the volume controls to chop it up. Oh, we've done Richard. Johnny was an old vinyl DJ, and he says, that was a rare thing for me because I always used to have a record put aside. He had a big coffin case and he used to just hide a record at the back. DJs often used to put records at the back of their crates for this very reason. Because they could reach right to the back of the crate, whip it out, throw it on. There's my kind of like fail-safe done there. So thanks for that, Johnny. And Mart says that beat jump is a good feature. Or in desperate times, put a loop in. Yeah, so what we're doing here is actually changing the track that's currently playing to make it longer, which you don't really want to do. A lot of DJs, you'll see their style is to just hit loop at the end of the track and then spend ages trying to mix another track in. We've all done it. It's okay every now and then, but you don't want to do it as part of how you DJ. It's a little bit boring. So overusing loops and stuff just while you're looking for another track, probably not the best way to do it. Of course, back in the vinyl days, no one had that at all. And beat jump's kind of the same thing. Beat jump's quite clever because what beat jump does is it jumps back. You press the beat jump back button and it jumps back, but it'll jump back like 8 bars and it will jump back to the point it is in this current section here. So if it's in 1, 2, 3, 4 here when you press the button, it will start off on 4 here, 4, 1, 2, but it will be earlier in the track. So effectively by hitting the beat jump back, 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 what you're doing is extending the track while you try and get something going on over on the other deck. Okay, so any more questions? Now is your chance, or forever hold your peace. I think we've probably covered it all there. I'd like to say if you are late here, you can watch the replay. It will be live very, very soon. So go back to the beginning and watch that. If you have enjoyed this, please share it with everyone. And actually, I've got a final piece of news for you, which is if you go to this URL here, just now and just for a day or two, you want to learn more about this stuff, the main digital DJ tips courses, all the courses that are available now are $70 to $100 off, which is like about 30-35% discount just for the spring sale. It ends very, very soon. So if you want to pick up how to digital DJ fast, which will teach you this stuff, that's the best place to start. If you're interested in the kind of things I've been discussing today, you can save yourself $70, $100 depending on what you choose to go for. And of course you could buy more than one course and save yourself even more, but it's going away in, I think it's in a day or 2 days. So not so long to do that. So make sure you jump on that now. So for me here at Digital DJ Tips HQ, once more, please do follow, share, and do all that stuff to help us bring you this. This has been another Tuesday Tips Live, and I will see you again next week. Until then, you have a good one. Bye-bye.